सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the study of Science of Worship. So we have to revise a little where we were in the last class. We had finished the detailed Bhuta Shuddhi, purification of the body. Then we had come to the Sankshipta Bhuta Shuddhi, so purification of the elements of the body in brief. So that was also the mantra. We had repeated that mantra. Whatever we do in the detailed purification, that is the purification of the elements of the body. So we had done it in detail. The same thing, if you don't have time, if you are in a hurry, then you can do this brief one, the Sankshipta Bhuta Shuddhi, but it is always encouraged that you should do the detailed Bhuta Shuddhi, because that is the basics of puja, whereby you will be removing all the negative tendencies, negative forces in your body. The Papa Purusha will be destroyed, and you will be creating a new body and installing the Lord Ishtadevata in that, and then continue the puja. That's why it's a very, very important aspect. So only when it is too urgent, you cannot do the detailed Bhuta Shuddhi, then you can go in for this Sankshipta Bhuta Shuddhi, purification of the elements of the body in brief. So we have finished that too. So I will just repeat the mantra. You need not worry about that. Last time we had shown it, and also it will be there in the YouTube channel. Whenever you want, you can go and see it for the last. If you put in the last date, the puja class will be there and everything will be there. So now I'm just going to repeat the mantra, only the mantra of Sankshipta Bhuta Shuddhi. So this Sankshipta Bhuta Shuddhi can be performed in brief through the utterance of the following four mantras. Om Bhuta Shungata Chiraha Sushumna Pathena Jiva Shivam Paramashivapade Yojayami Swaha. Om Yam Linga Shariram Shoshaya Shoshaya Swaha. Om Ram Sankocha Shariram Dahadaha Swaha. Om Paramashiva Sushumna Pathena Mula Shungata Mulla Solasa Jwala Jwala Prajwala Prajwala Soham Hamsaha Swaha. So just repeating this and just knowing the spirit of the detailed Bhuta Shuddhi, you can think about it. The same thing is told in mantras here. That's all. The same meaning, whatever we have seen through, everything is repeated here. So we will go to Vyapakanyasa, total consecration. Before that, Vyapakanyasa, we are going to now see that how is it performed and everything. Before that, want to tell you about what is Nyasa. See, Vyapaka Nyasa, Matruka Nyasa, so many Nyasa, the term will be coming again and again. So you should know what is meant by Nyasa. So Nyasa comes from the Sanskrit word, root word, Nyas. So the meaning is Kshipane. Kshipane means to throw away or to nicely keep, consecrate. The two meanings are there. To throw it away nicely or to keep it one place nicely. That is consecration or throwing it away. So now we shall see in detail what is the meaning of this Nyasa. So now Nyasa, this is, as I told you, the meaning is Nyas Kshipane, to throw it away or to keep it nicely, place it nicely. This is an essential part of puja. You must be knowing that the word sannyasa also comes from this same word, samyak nyasa. So nyasa, the word nyasa is also there. So now here we have seen Vyapaka nyasa, then Matruka nyasa, so many other nyasas will be the Ranga nyasa, Karan nyasa. So now Jivan nyasa. So we should know what is the meaning of nyasa. This is an essential part of puja. What is that? Nyasa. The significance of nyasa is, as I told you, that root word nyas kshipane is to throw away or discard the egoistic feeling of agentship, identification with this body. So here technically these things, by practicing this nyasa, you will be throwing away the feeling of agentship, kartrutva abhimanaha. So kartrutva in Bhagavad Gita, you got the term last time. I think in the Saturday class we were dealing about that, the nature of Atman. So in the 19th and the 20th verse, then especially in the 90th verse, we came to know that Bhagavan Krishna in the second chapter is telling that Atma, the nature of Atma is akarta abhokta. So no sense of agency or sense of doership, and no sense of enjoyment or experience. So it is bhoktrutva, and kartrutva is not there in Atman, our real nature. So akarta and abhokta. So here, to remove our identification with the ego, mind and body. So here nyasa, the first meaning is to throw away or discard the egoistic feeling of agentship, kartrutva abhimanaha. I am the owner of this body, I am this body, I am the mind. So that idea is to be discarded. That is nyasa, the first meaning. Kartrutva abhimana is to be discarded, the egoistic feeling of agentship with regard to the body, and to establish in its stead. So now the second part, that was the negative thing, to remove the identification or discard the egoistic feeling of agentship, throw away that. So the positive meaning of nyasa is when you throw away something, then you have to place something, isn't it? So in its stead, that you have thrown away the feeling of agentship, the egoistic feeling of agentship, you have thrown it away. Now in its stead, a feeling of divinity or divine presence. The scripture says nyasa is the establishing of, the first thing is removing of our identity, the kartrutva abhimana, the feeling of agentship. So throwing away or discarding that, the first step. And the second step meaning of nyasa, the positive aspect, is through identifying or establishing the divine presence. The scripture says nyasa is the establishing of one's chosen deity, Ishtadevata, in the various limbs of one's own body, as this feeling of divine presence pervading all over the body becomes stronger and stronger. The false sense of identification with the body becomes weaker and weaker. So now we have come to know why we perform nyasa. So first is removing the identity with this body mind complex. So that is the first aspect, negative aspect. The positive aspect, to keep the or identify or establish in its stead nicely the feeling of divinity or divine presence, or you can tell nyasa is the establishing of one's own chosen deity. Here you are worshipping Sri Ramakrishna, so you are establishing identity of Ramakrishna in that body. So it is the establishing of one's chosen deity, Ishtadevata, in the various limbs of one's own body, as this feeling of divine presence, nyasa, pervading all the body, pervading the body, becomes stronger and stronger. The false sense of identification with the body becomes weaker and weaker. So now the first step is we destroyed that Papa Purusha, which identifies with the sins and other negative things of the body. We burnt it up in the Bhuta Shuddhi, and we have also created a new body. We have taken away all the five bhutas, then the 21 cosmic principle, 24 cosmic principle, that all that was taken up with the Kundalini, raised it up through the Sushumna Nadi to the Sahasrara, and merged it in Parabrahma Swarupa or Guru or Shiva, whatever, in the thousand petal lotus. So merging with that, you will feel that those Panchabhutas, the Indriyas and all the organs which are in your body, now we are identifying it with the Parabrahma, God consciousness. Then we have brought it down and we have created a new body by telling so many other mantras of the meditating on Chandra, then Varuna, then other deities, Prithvi. We have created a new body, pure body, and in that new body we are now going to establish our Ishtadevata by Nyasa, that is Jiva Nyasa. Before that, we will be doing now Vyapaka Nyasa, that is being shown here, Vyapaka Nyasa. So we have finished Bhuta Shuddhi and we have come to know what is Nyasa. Now we will go to Vyapaka Nyasa. What is the meaning of Vyapaka Nyasa? Nyasa, I have told already, explained the meaning of Nyasa. Now Vyapaka means total consecration. So total consecration. How is that total consecration is done for the newly body? New body is established now. The new body has been created by Bhuta Shuddhi. So that body, we are doing the total consecration. On completing Bhuta Shuddhi, gently, how is it to be done? Gently pass both the hands over the body from head to foot and again from foot to head, uttering the mantra. You can utter this mantra, Am, Hum, Pat, Swaha. It is given there, Am, Hum, Pat, Swaha. So that is the mantra to be uttered for Vyapakanyasa, telling that Am, Hum, the Hum Bija mantra, you know that, to raise the Kundalini. Pat is to chase away some obstacles. Swaha is one of the things you tell when you are offering something. So Am, Hum, Pat, Swaha mantra is to be told and do the Vyapakanyasa. Otherwise, you can also do with the Mula mantra of that particular deity. On Krishna Janmashtami, we saw Om Klim Gopi Janavallabhaya Swaha Om. That was the Mula mantra. Likewise, what is the Mula mantra of Ramakrishna? Om Aim Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishnaya Namaha. And you can add Om also again. So with that mantra, Mula mantra, you can do the Vyapakanyasa. So now you can do it with Am, Hum, Pat, Swaha or the Mula mantra of the deity. This is known as Vyapakanyasa. You are establishing those mantras Am, Hum, Pat, Swaha or the Mula mantra. With the Mula mantra, you are establishing that mantra and the Bija mantra Om, Aim, Sarvadeva Devi, Swarupaya, Sri Ramakrishnaya Namaha Om. So with that Mula mantra, you will be doing Vyapakanyasa. So this is known as Vyapakanyasa. Perform this 3 times. Imagine that through this process, your body, speech and mind have been purified. So the 2D picture is shown there, how to do the Vyapakanyasa. For it to be more clear, see, we are also going to show the video. One video of the Vyapakanyasa will be shown. Swamiji will be performing that Vyapakanyasa and showing you how to do the Vyapakanyasa. Now you will be seeing on the screen how to do Vyapakanyasa. The Swamijis will be showing you. Video will be put now. You can see now Swamiji will be performing Vyapakanyasa and showing it to you. See, that is the way. Telling the mantra Om Aim Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa Shri Ramakrishnaya Namaha Om or Am Hum Pat Swaha Am Hum Pat Swaha. That is the way. You can see how the Vyapakanyasa is done. This is the 3D way it has been shown. So the now Vyapakanyasa has been performed. That is the way. I think you have learnt the Vyapakanyasa now. The video was shown. And also the 2D picture was also shown. It is here now on the screen. The mantra is also there. Am, Hum, Pat, Swaha or the Mula mantra of the particular deity. Now because we are doing Ramakrishna Puja, we will be doing Om Aim Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishnaya Namaha Om. So now we have completed the process, the step Vyapakanyasa. Now we are going into the next step, that is Jivanyasa, consecration of the self. Jivanyasa is a consecration of the self. What is that? You have your own self Atman. So you'll be consecrating the self, the Atman. What is that? Identifying the deity you are going to worship into yourself and doing that Nyasa, establishing the Lord, consecrating the Lord, Ishtadevata into your newly formed body is called the Jivanyasa, the Jiva, the Prana and the other Indriyas of the Lord whom you are going to worship. If you are doing Krishna Puja, then Krishna will be brought into your body and he will be established in your body, in that new body. If you are doing Ganesha Puja, I think next day we will be doing Ganesha Puja, Ganesha will be established in this manner. Now we are doing Ramakrishna Puja, so Ramakrishna will be established in your body. So you all know that in the Bhuta Shuddhi, so we have created a new body. During this time, think that through the nectar in the form of 50 alphabets of Sanskrit language emanating from the repetition of Vayu Bija Mantra Vams. So what happens? Emanating from that moon, the whole body has been made anew. A new body has been created and has become divine. Now repeating the Prithvi Bija Mantra Lam 32 times and thinking the body to be strong and adamant, exhale through the right nostril. Thereafter uttering the mantra Hamsaha, think that the Jivatman along with the Kundalini merged in the Paramatman as well as the 24 cosmic principles have been manifested in their respective places, having passed through the Sushumna canal. So in this way we had established a new body from Bhuta Shuddhi. Then Vyapakanyasa, we have done that consecration, total consecration of the whole body by that mantra. Now into this new body, into this pure body where the whole Papa Purusha has been destroyed and a new body has been created. In this, you are going to establish the Ishtadevata or the chosen deity or the deity which you are going to worship now. So now I will explain about what is Jivanyasa. This is the process, consecration of the self. With the view to making Prana Pratishta, the word technical term Prana Pratishta is to be noted. So with the view of making Prana Pratishta means installation of and infusion of life into this newly created body of the Ishta Devata, the chosen deity. So now since we are learning the puja of Ramakrishna, so we will be installing Ramakrishna into this newly created body, or whichever god you are going to worship, that body, that god will be established. So with a view, now we are dealing about Jivanyasa, with a view to making Prana Pratishta means installation of and infusion of life into. So making Prana Pratishta of the Ishta Devata, chosen deity, in your own newly made divine body. Think I am He. What is that mantra we have to tell for I am He? Soham, Saha, Aham. That God am I am. Now touching the chest with this feeling, touching the chest with the Lelihana Mudra. How to perform Lelihana Mudra? It's given there. See, first you will be folding the thumb at the base of the three fingers, that is the forefinger, middle finger, and the ring finger. You will keep the thumb in that way, the first step, and then you will fold those three fingers and leave that small finger stretched. So that is the pose. You can see now in another angle the same for the first photo is the first process. Then the second photo you see there is Lelihana Mudra. So that Lelihana Mudra will be placed near the heart. That is those folded three fingers, the forefinger, the middle finger and the ring finger, the folded one. So I am also showing. So you place it at the heart like this. So that is the way to perform now the installation. With this mudra, you will be doing the Prana Pratishta, keeping that at the chest. Even when we are doing it to the deity, suppose there is an image of Ganesha, you are installing Ganesha, then also with the Lelihana Mudra, you have to touch it, or else you have to take the Darba grass. Then that Darba grass, that 5 or 6 or 10, that group of grass will be there tied. So that will be touched to the heart, and then the mantra will be told, that Prana Pratishtha will be done, either with the Lelihana Mudra or with the Darba grass to the image. But for yourself, into this body, we are doing with this image. Okay. Now I'll again explain about this thing. You have been shown how to do the Lelihana Mudra with the weave to making Prana Pratishtha of installation of and infusion of life into the Ishtadevata, chosen deity, in your own newly made divine body. Think I am He, Soham, touching the chest with the Lelihana Mudra. Now chant the mantra. We are going to the next slide, Jivanyasa, continued. So the mantra is given there. What are we to chant with that mantra? So the mantra is given there, you can see it. Jivanyasaha, consecration of the self. What is the mantra? Ang, Hring, HREEM, everything is given there. Spelling correct, spelling is being given there. I am now telling you the chanting. You can also repeat it after me. Ang, Hring, Krom, Yam, Rang, Lang, Vang, Shang, Shang, Sang, Haum, Hangsaha. Now, since we are establishing Ramakrishna in our heart or in our newly created body, we will be telling Shri Ramakrishna Devatayaha Prana Iha Pranaha. All the vital energy of the Lord incarnation Shri Ramakrishna should come to your body with this utterance of the mantra Iha Pranaha. So all the vital energies now are coming to your own prana. They are becoming your prana now. The Lord's prana has now come and established. So if you are doing Ganesha Puja, Ganesha Devataya. If you do Krishna Puja, Krishna Devataya. If it is Durga, the different Durga Devata, Devyaha. So like that, you have to do the mantra for different deities. Now it is, let us take Sri Ramakrishna Devatayaha. Prana, Iha Prana. So now after that, with the same Lelihana Mudra at the chest, the next mantra is repeated. Ang. It can be told the correct pronunciation is it should go and stay in the nasal sound. Ang. Some people, when they are doing slowly, it is coming to an end, it will become Am. Especially in central India and South India, they will tell Am. So either of that can be chanted. Ang, Ring, Krong, Yang, Rang, Lang, Wang, Shang, Shang, Sang, Haum, Hang, Saha. Now, when you are telling that Sha, Sha, Sa, so Sha is the first Sha is pronunciation is at the teeth Sha. Then Sha. The second one you can see there is the Murdhanya. The tongue should touch the upper palate. Sha. That is the way to pronounce. Then Sa with the tongue. Sa. Sha, Sha, Sa. That is the difference you have to make in the pronunciation. Okay. So I will repeat it again. Ang, Ring, Krom, Yang, Rang, Lang, Wang, Shang, Shang, Sang, Haum, Hangsaha. Shri Ramakrishna Devatayaha Jiva Ihastitaha. The life force, life of Sri Ramakrishna has come and entered into your body, has become yours, the Jiva of yours. So now first it was the prana, gradually the prana has come down and the Jiva of the Lord Ramakrishna or whichever deity you are going to worship is now coming down. You should feel it. You should feel that Jiva is coming, prana is come. So the next mantra with the same Lelihana Mudra at the chest, you have to repeat the same Bija mantras and the last end part will be different. Am, Hreem, Krom, Yam, Ram, Lam, Vam, Sham, Sham, Sam, Haum, Ham, Saha, Sri Ramakrishna Devatayaha, Sarvendriyani. Ramakrishna Devatas, all the Indriyas, Sarvendriyani. Now all the Indriyas, the organs of action and organs of knowledge, Gnanendriya and Karmendriya. All these 10 Indriyas of Ramakrishna, because you are told the mantra is Ramakrishna Devatayaha, has come and established in your body. Now it is not your Indriyas, it is Ramakrishna Indriya. Or else if you are doing the Ganesha Puja, it is Ganesha's Indriya. Sarvendriyani. Ganesha Devatayaha Sarvendriyani. If you are doing Rama Puja, Rama Devatayaha Sarvendriyani. Now the next process, I am going to chant the mantra, the last mantra in this Jivanyasa. What is that? Am, Hreem, Krom, Yam, Ram, Lam, Vam, Sham, Sham, Sam, Haum, Hamsaha, Sri Ramakrishna Devatayaha, Vang Manaschakshuttvak Shrotraha Ghrana Prana Iha Agatya Sukham Chiram Tishtantu Swaha. This is a very big mantra, so it will be difficult. So I will break it down. For easy of your pronunciation and understanding, I will break it into smaller bits and teach you. Sri Ramakrishna Devatayaha Vak. Vak means the Indriya of walk, tongue, speech. Manaha, mind. Chakshuhu, eyes. Tvak, the skin. Shrotra, ears. Ghrana, the nose. Prana, all the vital forces. Iha Agatya, Iha Agatya, coming down into this body. Iha Agatya. Agatya means coming. Iha means here into this body. Sukham. Sukha means very pleasurably, happily. Chiram, permanently. Tishtantu, let all of that stay in this body, newly created body where the Papa Purusha is gone. Swaha. So you know that Swaha is repeated. So that is the thing. All the parts, different indriyas of Sri Ramakrishna, Vak. So when Vak and Manas join together the word, it becomes Vang Mana. Vang Manaha. Because Ma is a nasal sound and Vak, when joined together, it becomes Vang Manaha. That's why you can see there it has become Vang Manaha. But when you separate, it becomes Vak plus Manaha plus Chakshuhu. Manas, Manaha plus Chakshuhu. The Visarga is gone. It becomes Manas Chakshu. So Vang Manas Chakshu. That is Vak. That's your organ of speaking, tongue. Manaha, mind. Chakshuhu is eyes. Tvak. Chakshu Tvak. So Chakshuhu, Visarga will be gone. Chakshu Tvak. Tvak means skin. The skin is called in Sanskrit skin. Tvak. Shrotraha. Shrotraha is your ears. Ghrana is your nose, the smelling organ. Prana, all the vital forces. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana, all these things. And there are some subtle pranas, smaller pranas, Krikala, Kurma, like that. All those things. All the pranas of Ramakrishna. Iha Agatya, coming down into this your body, newly created body where Papa Purusha is gone, a newly created body, divine body. Sukham, happily, pleasurably. Chiram, permanently, always. Tishtantu, should stay. Swaha, that is the mantra. I'm going again now slowly. I'm going to teach because so that you will know the pronunciation. You can repeat it after me. One by one, I'm going to teach the mantra from the beginning. The first one. In the Lelihana Mudra, keeping at the heart like this, you have to chant this. Am, you can tell it Am or Ang. Ang, Ring, Krom, Yang. It should go to the nose and stay. The pronunciation should end in the nose. Ang, you should repeat it. Ring, Krom, Yang, Rang, Lang, Wang, Shang, Shang, Sang, Haum, Hang Saha, Shri Ramakrishna Devatayaha, Shri Ramakrishna Devatayaha, Prana, Iha Pranaha, Prana, Iha Pranaha. That is the first mantra. I think you have learnt the chanting. Ang, Ring, Krong, Yang, Rang, Lang, Wang, Shang, Shang, Sang, Haum, Hang Saha. This second mantra, I think you have all repeated and learned to tell that Bija mantras. Shri Ramakrishna Devatayaha, Shri Ramakrishna Devatayaha, Jiva, Jiva, Iha, Iha, Sthitaha, Sthitaha. So let the life force or life of Ramakrishna come and stay here in this body, newly created body. Earlier it was prana, all the vital forces. Now the next mantra, the third mantra is, I will repeat it, please repeat it after me. Ang, Ang, Ring, Ring, Krong, Krong, Yang, Yang, Rang, Rang, Lang, Lang, Vam, Vang, Sham, Shang, 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 Sang, Sang, Haum, Haum, Hamsaha, Hamsaha, Sri Ramakrishna Devatayaha, Sri Ramakrishna Devatayaha, that is of Sri Ramakrishna. That is the meaning. Ramakrishna Devatayaha means of the Devata called Ramakrishna. So the tough long mantra, I am going to tell that together, then I will break it for you again. Vang manas chakshuttvak shrotra ghrana prana ihagatya sukham chiram tishtantu swaha. I'll break it. Vak manaha chakshuhu tvak shrotraha ghrana prana ihagatya sukham sukham chirang tishtantu swaha swaha. So we have completed Jivanyasa. I've told you what is the significance behind that, and also I have now chanted all the mantras and also made you chant the mantras. Then we have also shown what is Lelihana Mudra. The picture was also shown earlier, how to bend it, all that Lelihana Mudra. Keep it below like this and this. Two postures, Lelihana Mudra. This is the way to do Jivanyasa. So in that Jivanyasa, we had seen what is Lelihana Mudra. The Mudra was also shown there. So we will see how this Lelihana Mudra is posed. Keeping the right palm inverted, stretch forefinger, middle finger and ring finger downwards, keeping the tip of the thumb at the root of the ring finger. Stretch the little finger alone upwards. This mudra is used during Jivanyasa, when you are doing Pranapratishtha, establishing in any image. The same thing, mudra is done and the mantra is also same for establishing or doing the Pranapratishtha in any image of the deity and worshipping. So now, since you are establishing the deity in your own body, so the Lelihana Mudra is shown at your chest so that all the prana, jiva, that is the life, and the indriyas, the mind, the whole, the soul of the Lord will come and get established in your body, newly created body. This is Jivanyasa and Lelihana Mudra has been explained. So now, after this Jivanyasa, the next step is Matrukanyasa. We are now going to the next step, Matrukanyasa. What is this Matrukanyasa? Consecration of the body. Consecration of the body is called Matrukanyasa. So now we will explain a little about this Matrukanyasa. We went into the detail of what is Nyasa, establishing or consecrating. We gave a detailed thing there in the beginning of the class. I can repeat it for you. This is an essential part of puja. The significance of Nyasa is to throw away or discard the egoistic feeling of agentship, kartrutva abhimana, with regard to the body, and to establish in its stead a feeling of divinity or divine presence. The scriptures say Nyasa is establishing of one's own chosen deity in the various limbs of one's own body. As this feeling of divine presence pervading the body becomes stronger and stronger, the false sense of identification with the body becomes weaker and weaker. We also saw in the what you call the step called Bhuta Shuddhi, that from the Chandra, you are meditating in the Bhuta Shuddhi. While doing the Bhuta Shuddhi end part of it, you are meditating on Chandra and telling that Bija mantra of Chandra, Tham, repeating that so many times. During that process, think that the moon is present on your forehead, then closing both the nostrils, perform Kumbhaka while repeating the Varuna Bija mantra 164 times. During this time, think that through the nectar in the form of, what is that nectar? Amrita from the moon in the form of 50 alphabets of Sanskrit language. So 50 alphabet of Sanskrit language, it comes out of Om. So from the moon, from the nectar in the form, the nectar in the form of the Om, complete that Parabrahma Swarupa sound of the Om. So all the alphabets or whatever sound you make comes from Om, the source of all sounds. So now all these are Akshara. Akshara means that it doesn't get destroyed. That's why it's called Kshara means destruction. Akshara means it doesn't get destroyed. So they are also from the Om, so indestructible, the different aspect of Atman or Ishvara. So now they come down. During this time, think that through the nectar in the form of 50 alphabets of Sanskrit language emanating from the moon, the whole body, new body has been made anew and has become divine. We did it now. So here, now this process of Matruka Nyasa, we will now understand this better with this background. By Matrika means meant the alphabets of Sanskrit language. So now you have come to know what is Matrika. By Matrika are meant the alphabets, 50 alphabets of Sanskrit language and the deities represented by them. Now it comes, all the letter comes from Om. Also it comes from Mother Saraswati is the deity for all that letters. Matrika Devi is Saraswati. So from her, all these different small deities representing that Akshara, different goddesses, or the other deities. So all the letters represented by deities, different deities in Hinduism, Hindu pantheon. So the deities represented by the 50 Sanskrit alphabets. So Matraka are meant the alphabets of the Sanskrit language and the deities represented by them. Now we have come to know what is this Matraka. The word Nyasa here means to preserve, to establish, to consecrate all these divine divinities in the form of the Sanskrit letter. The power enshrined in the alphabet is enormous. They come from Om, the sound, original sound. It is known as Matraka because all other powers are generated from its womb. Our body is nothing but the universe on a microcosmic scale. The microcosm and the macrocosm are regulated by the same law and by the will of the same divine principle. The difference is only of degrees, not of kind. One is small and the other is big. So Matraka Nyasa is the preservation of the deities in our individual gross body. The object is to generate in the mind of the worshipper a feeling of identity with the cosmic body Virat. You should not feel that you are a small, puny little body, but you should identify yourself with the Virat, the cosmic principle. So the body of the Virat, cosmic body, feeling of the identity with cosmic body Virat and the cosmic mind Hiranyagarbha. So that is the idea of this Matraka. So mantra is that which saves the person who chants it. In other words, the mantra frees one from all limitation. So the Sanskrit explanation for mantra is Mananat Trayate iti mantraha. Mananat, by meditating or repeating that mantra, Trayate, which protects him, is called mantraha. Mananat Trayate iti mantraha. So mantra is that which saves the person who chants it. In other words, the mantra frees one from all limitation. If one meditates with one pointed attention, the limitation of the gross and subtle bodies are overcome. So that is the idea of Matraka Nyasa and all the different mantras establishing there. So now we have got a clear view of what is Matraka Nyasa. So now Before doing Matraka Nyasa, we have to tell who is the Rishi, who is the deity. In that, whatever mantras when we tell, we have to tell that always. Who is the deity of that mantra? Then who found out that mantra, who discovered that mantra, the Rishi, and which meter is that mantra established in. All those things has to be told. That is a custom. So before uttering the mantra. So now we are going to the proper Matruka Nyasaha, consecration of the body. We have come to know what is Matruka Nyasa. Just now we have given the explanation. Now we are going to the proper ritual called Matruka Nyasa, which is called consecration of the body. Now what are we to do? Chant this mantra with folded hands. You know how to fold your hands. I need not teach that. So I have taught it so many times. So this is folding the hands to your chest like this. So you have to tell the mantra. I will read that mantra now of the Mantraka Nyasa, which will be telling you which is the mantra, which is the deity, which is the rishi, all those things. Bija. Chant with folded hands. Om Asya Matraka Mantrasya. It is there, you can see it is put there on the screen. Om Asya Matraka Mantrasya Brahma Rishihi Gayatri Chandaha Devi Matraka Saraswati Devata Halo Bijani. When you remove that okara, it becomes halaha. Visarga will come. When you have to remove lopa of visarga, then it becomes okara. Halaha Bijani, that becomes halo Bijani. Swaraha Shaktayaha Avyaktam Kilakam Sarvabhishta Siddhaye Lipinyase Viniyogaha. So that is the mantra. Again, I will chant it slowly so that you can grasp it nicely, the chanting. Again, Om Asya Matraka Mantrasya Brahma Rishihi Gayatri Chandaha Devi Matraka Saraswati Devata Halo Bijani. Halo, Halo, there it is given. So that can, in English pronunciation, it is a little tough or difficult. It can become halo also, but it's to be pronounced as halo. On the O, you can see there is that sign of elongation, that vertical line there, sorry, the horizontal line on O. So that indicates it is elongated. So halo, halo, bijani. On whatever letter, if that sign is there, that mark, it is called elongation sign should be given there. So I didn't ask you to change the this thing. Sridhar, why did you change the, you have gone back to Matraka Nyasa? We were doing something else. Sridhar, I want the other. I was explaining about that Matraka Nyasa. You have changed. Yeah, now it is correct. Don't change it in between. I'll be confused. I'll be again telling that consecration of the body Matraka Nyasa. The chanting one by one. You can repeat it after me. Om Om Asya Asya Matraka Matraka Mantrasya Mantrasya Brahma Brahma Rishihi Rishihi. There we write Brahma in Sanskrit, that is the written, but we should not pronounce it as Brahma. So the rules is when such things come, Vanhi, it is written there as Vahni, Vahni, but you should pronounce it as Vanhi. Likewise here, Brahma, it should be pronounced as Brahma, but we have to, the Sanskrit rules changes it, we have to pronounce it as Brahma. So Brahma Rishihi, Brahma Rishihi, Gayatri, Gayatri Chandaha, the name of the meter. Chandas means meter. Gayatri is the name of that meter. Gayatri Chandaha. If it has 24 letters, it becomes Gayatri Chandaha. Devi, Devi, Matraka, Matraka, सरस्वती सरस्वती देवता देवता हलो हलो बीजानि बीजानि that is halaha it becomes halo halo बीजानि स्वराः स्वराः शक्तयः शक्तयः अव्यक्तम् अव्यक्तं कीलकं कीलकं सर्वाभीष्ट so when you break it it becomes sarva abhishta together it becomes sarvabhishta so that bha is mahaprana that's why it should come from within more stress more prana should be there more energy sarvabhishta siddhaye siddhaye dha also is mahaprana siddhaye not siddhaye not sarvabhishta it is sarvabhishta siddhaye लिपिन्यासे लिपिन्यासे विनियोगः विनियोगः lipi means the alphabets nyase means you know nyasa consecration viniyogah we are using this so that is the mantra the whole mantra when you have to repeat it in a I will repeat it in a little medium speed earlier I had told it in very slow speed now a little medium speed Om asya matrika mantrasya brahma ऋषिः गायत्री छन्दः देवी मातृका सरस्वती देवता हलो बीजानि स्वराः शक्तयः अव्यक्तं कीलकं सर्वाभीष्टसिद्धये लिपिन्यासे विनियोगः so again I will chant it a little more speedier way Om asya matrika mantrasya brahma ऋषिः गायत्री छन्दः देवी मातृका सरस्वती देवता हलो बीजानि स्वराः शक्तयः अव्यक्तं कीलकं सर्वाभीष्टसिद्धये लिपिन्यासे विनियोगः so now we have only finished the matrika nyasa the first part the consecration of the body now we will see the next part of this same matrika nyasa in the next class we will end our puja class today next we will continue the same matrika nyasa in the next class so we will end today's session with a prayer Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu